Are you a first-time home buyer in Toronto wondering how much money it's really going to cost you to get into the real estate market? Well, today I want to show you how much cash flow you're going to need to get into a $500,000 condo, and we'll go through an example together. Hi, my name is Larissa, and I'm a Toronto-based real estate agent specializing in helping first-time home buyers get into the market and helping investors find places that people actually want to live in. Today, I'm going to go through this real-life example with you, and if it is something that you enjoy and find useful, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel or simply like the video below. If you are thinking about making a purchase or just have some real estate questions, feel free to book a no-obligation call with me using the Calendly link below this video. So let's dive right in. I'm going to go through this example with you using a handy calculator that I used not too long ago to show you another example for a place that, what would it cost you, for a place that is $1 million. I thought maybe we should scale this back a bit just to give you a more realistic idea of what most first-time home buyers can actually afford, which usually is not $1 million. So today I'm going to show you what it will cost to purchase a $500,000 condo from a cash flow perspective. Okay, so let's dive right in. I'm going to share my screen and share my handy calculator. So here I've outlined already a $500,000 purchase price in the city of Toronto. Now, when you are purchasing for $500,000, the minimum down payment that you're going to have to make is $25,000, which is 5% of your purchase price. Now, one thing I really do like to point out is that the more money you put down on a property, the less you are going to pay on a monthly basis in your mortgage payments. So if you do have more than the minimum down payment, this might be something that you want to do and want to put more in and down on your down payment, because you want to have a more healthy cash flow on a monthly basis and pay a lesser mortgage rate, especially keeping in mind a maintenance fee. So we'll go through it together, okay, one step at a time. Now you'll see here the 5% down payment. The minimum down payment is $25,000 for a $500,000 purchase. But what I was mentioning here is if you see just below 5%, if you put 10% down, which is $50,000, your mortgage payment will go down, just that bottom blue line. So $25,000 down, you're looking at a mortgage payment of about $2,800 a month based on today's rates. Okay, but if you put $100,000 down, which is 20%, you're looking at paying $2,350 per month. So you see that you do pay less on a monthly basis. And I am asked quite regularly by people that, you know, if I don't have 20%, right, is it better for me to purchase today with less than 20% down, or to continue saving so I can have 20% to put down and skip the CMHC mortgage insurance? My answer is generally that I think it is better to get into the market as soon as you can. If you are saving, depending on how long that's going to take you, generally the market will outpace in terms of property value the amount that you can save. So if it takes you, let's say, a year to save $10,000, usually the market will have gone up by about $10,000, your purchase price. So I always say if you can get in, even if it is with the minimum down, that's generally what I would recommend, as opposed to waiting and saving. Just get into a property and then let that continue to grow in value and sort of be a ladder or a stepping stone to your next home. Okay. So looking at this, obviously amortization rate, mortgage rate will vary on how much you pay for a mortgage payment. But if we're just looking at the cash flow you need to purchase, you're going to need at least $25,000. Okay. In this case, you're then going to have CMHC insurance of $19,000. But what you need to know about that is really on a closing cost perspective, you'll pay PST, which we'll talk about soon. But most importantly, your CMHC, when you pay that insurance back, it is part of your mortgage payment. Okay, so it's not an additional fee. So far we need $25,000 as the minimum. Now, your significant closing costs is the land transfer tax. So land transfer tax in Toronto, you do pay it twice. So you pay it municipally, and then you do pay it provincially as well. So in Toronto, you have that municipal piece. If you were to purchase in Milton, you lose the municipal piece. So you're only paying it once. So if you're buying in the city of Toronto, I've already applied that you're a first-time home buyer, so you're getting the rebate of $8,500. So then your land transfer tax here is going to be $4,500. Okay. So, and again, if you are going to be purchasing in another area that's not city of Toronto, it's going to be even less. So you're looking at $4,500, and I can just show you an example. in case you purchase outside of Toronto, let's say you're going to Milton, then you're now looking at this amount here, which is $2,500 as your land transfer as a first-time home buyer. Obviously, if we take that away, you're not going to be getting the rebate, okay? But it is something that we can keep in mind, that if you're purchasing outside of Toronto, it's going to be less expensive. But in this case, we're going to keep it set to Toronto, okay? So this land transfer tax is one of your biggest closing costs, and then in addition to this, you're going to have lawyer fees. So you do need to hire a real estate lawyer when you are purchasing or selling real estate. They help you mostly towards closing, they help with title insurance, they help to check the title and who's on title. So you do need to work with a lawyer. Most lawyers I find are about $2,000, but of course this cost can totally vary as well. But if we were to break this down, down payment, $25,000, that's your minimum. So you can put more if you'd like, but that's the minimum. Your land transfer tax, assuming you're a first-time home buyer buying in the city of Toronto, you're looking at about $4,500. And then this is that PST amount that I mentioned. So the PST you do pay on the mortgage insurance. If you were putting more than this down payment, let's say you put 20% down, you're not going to be charged that PST on your mortgage insurance. And then your lawyer fees, $2,000. Most often your title insurance is actually part of that $2,000 lawyer fee, but it is something you can keep in mind. Home inspection, you're probably not going to be doing because this is likely going to be a condo, okay? So home inspection, usually people don't do them on a condo. An appraisal fee, you don't always have to pay. It's not always necessary to get the home appraised in person, so you don't always have an appraisal fee, and a stop-loss fee you don't have to worry about either. So all in all, you're looking at about $35,000 to purchase a $500,000 condo. Obviously keeping in mind however much money you put down is going to impact your monthly. So most people get stumped on like the monthly payments because you're paying the mortgage, plus you're paying a maintenance fee, which for a one bedroom might be anywhere from $300 to $500 on average. So most people have a harder time with the monthly expense, but if you can purchase with somebody else, or the monthly is not so bad for you, depending on your income and your spending amount, then you're looking at a cash flow of about $35,000 needed to purchase a property and cash to close on a property that is $500,000. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Hopefully it has helped you to realize that maybe you're really close to purchasing a property, or maybe you have a bit more savings to do. But either way, if you have any questions about purchasing a property, I am here and happy to answer those questions for you. You can book a call with me using my Calendly link below this video, or you can just simply drop a question in the comments. If you'd like more information like this, feel free to follow my channel here, or you can also follow me on social media at Rent, Buy, or Sell Today. I hope you have a wonderful day and look forward to seeing you soon.